Yo, what is up, beautiful angels? Thank you for being here within a brook. Today I will be talking about stuff. Let's go ahead and take some nice deep breaths and kind of center ourselves and open up our fields to receive whatever messages are coming through or whatever it is that I'll be talking about, whatever spirit will lead me to talk about. I have a couple ideas. So, nice deep breaths. Let's do 3. Yes. Now, let's release any energy from the past. Release yesterday. Tap into source. Let go of your story. Let go of you. And just be one with this energy. Silence the mind. Yes. Now let's come back. Hello. And that's how it is. You know, it's so beautiful because every day you can rediscover yourself, right? You can release yesterday, you can release the past. And when you silence yourself and when you become one with spirit, when you become one with your soul, with the true love, embrace of God, source, whatever, you can create yourself in ways that resonate more with your soul, right? And this is kind of what Spirit wanted me to talk about too, was archetypes. So within your astrology, within your life path, within your human design, we all have such intricate woven DNA and archetypes. And it's really cool because when you're able to silence who you are, right, you can tap in and feel what archetypes are here for you. This can come in as past lives. This can come in as, songs or characters in movies, whatever you resonate with. And it's like bringing in the best qualities of those, but then also to like understand that you are beautiful and you are you just the way that you are within all of your quirks. You know what I'm saying? There was a time within my journey where I was so tapped in. I was so without ego of Brooke, right? That it was like you become nothing, but then you become everything, right? But then it's kind of like it gets boring because then you're just like, I am nothing and I have everything, and I am everything, right? And there was a moment where I couldn't even talk to people because I'm like, it all is what it is, right? Like my wife would be like, and my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time. She'd be like, dude, I don't even know how to like talk to you right now. And I'm like, how does one talk to source? Just kidding. I never said that. But that's really what it is. And then I'm like, shit, dude, what am I doing? Like, I want to be here. I want to be in this world, right? It's good to strip away everything that you've known, right? But then it's also good to come back into this reality and be like, who am I? You know? What do I love? What is here? What is here within me that is unique to this lifetime? Because, you know, on the spiritual journey, you always hear people saying like, oh, I was a priestess, Or, oh, I was a priest or whatever, a high priest, a high priestess. And it's like the universe is going to show you that, because when you tap in to the consciousness, you do become a seer, right? So you hear a lot of people say that, but that's because that is a fractal of you, that the universe is showing you, yes, dude, you are. But we all are, right? And then you hear people saying, well, I was a king, or I was a prince, or I was a queen. And it's like, yes, you are, because within the divine heavens of your right, of your abundance, you are. This doesn't mean that I'm saying like it's not prevalent to your journey. It's very important. But it's also like, yes, dude, once you understand that these past lives or these archetypes are here to come in and help you be strong within that energy within you while you unravel your essence of this lifetime, right? It's pretty cool. It's very cool. These were all things that like Spirit was sending me this morning. I'm like, and I was really excited to come on here and do this. I really liked yesterday getting that video out, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do more of these when my energy wants me to. You know what I'm saying? I also have to do my weekly energy update, so I'm gonna be doing that on my Patreon after this. And you guys know how like yesterday, I don't know if you'll even watch yesterday's video, but I said I'm gonna try not to go off on any ADHD rants or whatever. But then today I'm like, you know what? That's who I am though, because it's really nice to have like an earth sign or maybe even a fire sign around me to like anchor me into this earth a little bit more. But when I'm by myself, I'm just free floating, you know? I'm just like, I talk to myself and stuff like that. It's good to talk to yourself so that you can understand and you can see what's going on around you. You can play back what's going on and dissect things, right? Where am I going? Oh, and that's what I do. But then I like bounce around everywhere. And it's like, that's my authentic self. So it's what you get, right? And this is what owning your authentic self is. Being unapologetically you. And there is a medicine within that. Because other people feel like they need to suppress their selves if this is how you are, right? But you don't need to suppress anything. If anything, be much muchier, right? It's like on Alice in Wonderland. I don't remember what they say, but I know they say something like that. The Tim Burton one. So yeah, it's really good. And it's like, you are perfect. You are perfect just the way that you are, right? And especially within seeing these archetypes of like, holy shit, man, this beautiful queen, this beautiful king or handsome king or whatever is going to help you feel the beauty within you, because that's what you are. Like, these are not just past lives. It's parallel lives that the universe is showing you. There is a fractal of your soul there. And when we can gather up all of the goodness, there's going to be some dense energies too, because of course your branches only go as far as your roots, right? So you're going to be drugged sometimes to learn, right? Not to become victimized, not to say, oh my God, you know, I was tortured back in whatever. At first you might feel that because it's karma that's coming up to be seen, to be understood. And then you can be like, okay, well, I'm stronger from that. And I understand that that's what held me back within that lifetime. And it could be like that witch wound, right? Everyone talks about the witch wound, about like being afraid to be seen, being afraid to speak. I had this too. And there was actually 2 lifetimes that were prevalent within that, and one was within the fall of Rome. I was a philosopher, and I was tortured for speaking the truth of the word of God, right, of source. Hold on, okay, I was seeing if I was still going. And then another one, which was very recent, I think it might have been in the 70s, where I was a child and I actually got burned because my parents were neglectful of me, but also they couldn't hear me and they couldn't, you know, see me and take care of me. So, and I know that I was a witch too before. Like it's just what it is. And then it's like all of this karma is within your throat, and it's like you have to disperse it. You have to understand that that isn't going to happen this lifetime. We are meant to be free within this lifetime. It is the age of Aquarius. The Pisces was a fall. The Pisces was the darkness, right? There's always duality, a lot of duality going on. And now we are moving into an energy of oneness, which is going to be very good. It's going to take a lot of years. But so if you're here, it's kind of like you're already here. You're already doing it, right? So that's a beautiful thing. And you know what archetype I really fucking love? And I love like grandmas. I love the older woman who can and this is like my mom too. I love my mom, and it's always so like nurturing and beautiful to see her in the kitchen, like she's a Virgo, so she does everything very grounding, like, right? And I said that I love grounding energy because I'm mostly Pisces and Aquarius, and Sagittarius and Scorpio or whatever. But I'm making a roast right now, and it's in the crock pot. And I bought the Bella mushrooms or whatever, and I went to pour them in the crock pot, and I'm like, ah, shit, dude, I didn't get the ones that were already diced up. So I was like, you know what? I can dice these up. Like, what? Oh my god. It's a revelation, right? So then I was thinking, and I was thinking about my mom, and I was thinking about my wife's mom, and I was actually thinking about my son's dad's grandma. She was very loving and nurturing. And I just remember all of them just being in their own element, taking their time, and just cutting things up. And I just look at my mom all the time, and I'm like, dude, because I'm pretty like, I'm like, go, 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 right? I'm like, sometimes, you know, and stuff like that. But today, I really sat with myself, and I said, you know what? I can do that. I can be that. And I've been reading more. I've been just slowing down. I've been nurturing myself, nurturing my nervous system. And I had like Taking Back Sunday on, brand new, Fall Out Boy, you know, all those good bands. I'll go into that in a bit too. But then I just started cutting up the mushrooms, and it was so relaxing. And it's like I don't have anywhere to be. I have nowhere to be but here. Right here within this moment is where I am meant to be. And I feel like it's, so I worked 12-hour days for years, for almost like 15 years, right? And I've been working since I was 15, just like go, go, go. All of my life, it's been like survival mode, work, survival mode, work. So now within this past year of really learning how to rest, now I'm like, I'm able to be slow. I'm able to take it slow. Like, I am nowhere else I need to be. I am right here. It's good to just be. It's good to be here. Yes. And here with you guys, right? Yeah, so then I chopped up my mushrooms, vibed out to some music, and it was music that like in my journey, like I used to be very emo. Like I must be emo, right? I used to be very emo, and I couldn't listen to that music for a long time, so now it's like refreshing because I did have like deep purges last year, kind of around Scorpio season too, where I just listened to music and I retrieved essence of my soul then, and I actually went back and I loved myself then. Like your energy can be within music, movies, whatever, for the good or for like trauma and stuff like that. And when you get to a state where you're doing really good within your life, it's kind of like, okay, now let's go back and retrieve the treasures, right? And there are so many treasures within the depths of the ocean. Yeah, reminds me of Little Mermaid, where they're on the boat in the beginning, and then he loses the fish, and then he's like, in the depths of the ocean. But really, truly, like, there are so many hidden treasures within the depths. This is why it's so good to do shadow work, right? Where was I going with this? Oh, so then I was just vibing out to all my old, like, emo music and stuff, and I'm just chilling. It was very good. But I've also been listening to Anna Brown a lot, and I love her, dude. I just love her energy. And she's authentic within herself. And she's within, like, the higher spectrums. She doesn't talk a lot about shadow work because she kind of, like, she's there, right? She's there, present with source. So what she does, it's like you get into this energy of where you're like, all right, dude, you know, I've been through a lot of shadow work. Nothing really bugs me anymore. I'm able to be present within my life and everything. And then it's like, okay, let's go one step further and just be within the kingdom, right? Feel within the kingdom. Yes, because everything is here within your feelings. This is what she teaches, right? Everything is here within the feeling. Everything, your kingdom, your abundance, your treasure, everything is here. And when you can step into your palace, onto your throne, that is where the magic is. And she says, like, being present. And I've been very present, like, whatever, doesn't really matter, for a while. But she puts into perspective that when you are present, when you are one with consciousness, it's like time isn't real. You know, you're not worried about the future, about the past, because you're so present within yourself and you're vibrating so high that the 3D-ness of time isn't here to worry you, to bombard you and stuff like that. And when she put that into perspective, I'm just like, whoa, you know? You're right, man. And that's how it is when you're in the flow. Just being very tapped into what you're doing. Being very conscious. And then it's like time passes like that. But also, it's like just being able to rest within that. Consciousness is such a beautiful thing. Now I completely went blank. It is like, it just is. Everything just is. The isness of you. And then it's like, that's where you magnetize it because you're feeling it so much. It's literally what she says. And it's like, it's really clicking for me now. It's really fucking clicking. And it's cool. And I can share this, right? With you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to spill out today. Spilling the beans. Oh, and then, so I was cooking the roast, you know, and then I already turned it on high in the crock pot, and I wanted to mix up the veggies because I put a bunch of seasoning on there and stuff like that. So I went to mix up the veggies, and then I burnt myself. So that was cool. And I'm like, ow. I'm like, okay. But then it's like, this is what we came to experience. We come to experience the pain, yes. So then we learn. Now next time I'm not gonna, try and stir it if I ever put it on high again, because I know that it's hot, right? And then I'll be recreating myself within that moment. It's like you can recreate yourself within every moment. This is the biggest thing of my journey, is that when I was starting out my journey, I was listening to Spiritual Shit. It's called Spiritual Shit podcast. And she says you can change your reality within 5 seconds if you change your perception, right? Your perspective. And it's so true, man. It is so true. But it takes a while, right? It takes a while to get there. And that's okay, because all we have is time, right? Time isn't even a thing. Take your time. Take your time while you're discovering you. When you're discovering your archetypes. When you're discovering what you like within this world. When you're discovering what resonates and what you can move into. Another one of my archetypes is the masculine, right? Even though I'm feminine. Oh, I wanted to touch on Atlantis too. So, another one of my archetypes is the masculine, right? So, and I'm just saying this because it's like, once you understand your birth chart and stuff like that, and your guides, like my guides heavily have been mostly like masculine guides. So, hold up. Thank you. So like Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, you know, the protector, the strong, the strength, the wisdom, stuff like that. And then Krishna, the devotion of love within all things. Ram Dass. I have had like Athena, but Athena is like pretty hardcore for a woman, you know what I'm saying? And Freya, and Hecate, and Kali Ma, you know, very intense. Other people, you might have like just like Aphrodite. You can have like that the very divine feminine, you know, very divine feminine. And mine, along with mine, I'm a life path 3, so it's like that child energy too, which I love, because within the beginning of my life, I wasn't really able to play or enjoy playing because of karma, right? So now I'm just out here and I'm just like, yes, what can I do? And it's just so cool how everything comes together within your pieces, right? And it's discovering of self, which is the most important thing. And even though like you're listening to me, it's like it'll get your wheels turning about yourself, right? Oh yeah. I wanted to discuss Atlantis. So there's this 22 minutes? Yeah, just chill. What is time, right? So there's this grand water trine that's happening. And I was listening to Molly McCord yesterday. And it's really oh, and I was gonna say this too. So Molly McCord is an astrologer, and she talks about the grand water trine and how it is getting us so deep within ourselves, within the karma. This is kind of why I'm talking about past lives and stuff like that too, so that you can see, right? So that you can feel yourself, and maybe this will trigger some of your past lives to understand. But she's saying that we are awakening to a higher divinity of being telepathic, of seeing one, of breaking down the hardness of the heart, right? So that we can be more heart coherent, and move towards that energy of Atlantis, where it's just very beautiful, beautiful, divine, feminine energy of love, of Shakti, of creating from essence, right? God, so beautiful, man. So beautiful, dude. And then releasing the ego, those egos that don't serve you, right? That are coming in and saying, you know, you're not good enough, you're not whatever. Don't do this, don't do that, you know what I'm saying? What if people think you're weird? It's like, okay, yes, be weird. Be fucking weird, man. Be you. Be as much muchness as you can be. And then there is the understanding your guides and your archetypes and your past lives. And then there is an essence of ego, right? The ego. Oh, one of my other ones is Enoch, right? So he was a messenger to Noah to pack his shit up and create an ark, right? But Enoch was Noah's grandfather. And Enoch is an incarnation of Metatron. So it's like, and then within the ego of yourself here, some people will grasp on to that and be like, I am Enoch, right? And then, or I am Archangel Metatron, or I am this, and then they just claim it, and then they like, it's a lot, right? To claim something, but we're not here to be them again. We're here to have the archetype and to move into a different way. People are not meant to be worshipped, right? People are meant to be loved. And also, it's like whoever does grasp the energy, the essence of I am this, right? It's kind of like you want people to see you within that light. It's just too much ego. It's a lot of power. It's a lot of, and then within a lot of, they say within a lot of power comes a lot of responsibility. So it's like, what are you grasping on? And it's kind of like, this is what we're seeing too with Deepak in his, there was like a thing with Epstein or whatever, and Deepak had some like big shadows that he was holding on to within his ego, within whatever. And it's like, that will be the fall. And if you latch on to something, and if you use it within a wrong manner, it's like karma always comes, right? Karma always comes. So that's why it's also to be like, I'm just me. I'm just Brooke. You can feel, and you can tap into any type of energy that you want, but within this lifetime. And everybody resonates with everything different. And the ones who see will truly see and understand what I'm talking about within the ego, right? Of wanting, of control, of having, right? And then it's just like, why? Why be this one thing when you can be infinite? Of course I am Brooke, but also I have the infinite of source that we are attached to, that we can always channel, that we can always tap into. Yes. Beautiful energy. All right. Let's release that. Whenever I talk about like ego, whenever I talk about serious stuff, right, it just feels so serious. And then it's just kind of like, but then we're just here, right? But it is important to understand. It is very important to understand. So, but yeah, I think this is what I have. Thank you guys again for being here with me. I'll see you when I see you. So I love you all. Yes. Namaste. Peace.